There's some sexual harassment going on over here, too.
Oh, Nato, he'll be a good addition.
He's so cute.
Let
me petting him the whole time. He'll be like, wow.
Your meowing is going to be great featured on this. Oh my god. Because you're like a cat lover, right?
I like cats. I like cats like this. Not like, what was the other cat's name?
Thaddeus.
Thaddeus. I like the cats that, nibble on your hand and they're like, hi, pet me.
Yeah.
I'm cute.
The ones that are actually lovable.
Yeah, they're more like dogs, except they don't bark.
Yeah. Do you like dogs better?
No. I prefer cats.
Yeah, no, me too, actually.
But. Especially
if no, just dogs are better. Fuck it.
It's just, what an abrupt decision. I like cats. No, I don't. Fuck them.
No. Wait. No. Wait, did I say that?
You said no. Dogs are better. Which basically is a fuck you to this cat.
No, I didn't mean to say that. I meant cats are better. Sorry.
He is super upset right now. He's plotting where he's gonna piss in here.
Don't be a dick.
To me or the cat.
Well, welcome to Averything this week, you guys. And I'm super excited because 5th time's a charm.
If it's not, it'll be 6.
And we have, for the first time, Amanda Wiedemer on the podcast.
Thank you. This is my first time here.
No, are you excited, bitch? Finally.
I'm really excited. A little bit nervous, but excited mostly.
Yeah, what are you nervous about? I don't understand.
I don't know. You could ask me questions I don't know the answer to.
Oh, this is like very smooth. I mean, we outed Trump supporters last week, okay? So I'm like they totally backtracked their entire lives. It was incredible. I mean, it was my favorite.
You're like waterboarding people in here.
No.
Tell me you supported him. Tell me.
Oh my god.
Okay, yes.
So a fun fact about Amanda. Okay, we met working at Mr. Gaddy's together. You were my supervisor.
Yeah.
And first of all, how was that experience?
Well, where do I begin? It made me the person I am today. In a lot of ways, it probably did.
Oh, really? I mean, I don't understand. Like, you met me my first job. Mm-hmm. I remember, the first day I came in.
Oh, no.
Actually, because, I mean, it was my first job ever. So, I come in, and you are pissed off because I got hired with a second person named Keon. And she was like, oh, so I'm going to have to train 2 people?
Yes, but do you remember they wanted one person to be trained in one area and one person to be trained in a completely different area? You're like, you got this. Train one here, train one there. Are you kidding me?
It was a Monday, girl.
And where's Keon now?
Yeah.
I mean, he obviously was the one that didn't get the training.
Oh my god, yeah. And me, I had like a 7-year tenure. Okay.
See, you got the best training out of the 2 of you.
No, oh my god. Well, no, there was a bet that I would no, you gotta tell these people. Like, you used to hate me at first.
No, I didn't hate you. You were young. You were so young. I mean, it's really hard.
16. I was like budding flower.
You were a baby.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's you're not the same person.
Yeah, true.
You've grown up a whole lot.
Well, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, I was so thin.
Same. Yeah. A few things have changed. It's fine.
Yeah, no. Oh my god.
Round is a shape. It is.
Oh, girl.
I'm just saying.
I just can't wait till the pendulum swings and like fat is just the oh my god.
That's in?
Oh my god. It's
that was a couple centuries ago. I think we missed it.
Oh shit.
We missed it for sure.
Oh my god, to be one of them big bitches pointing on a picture.
That's why all the nude paintings are of overweight people.
Oh yeah. Which is crazy because I would think because they didn't have like that's an organic diet. Yeah. Right there. Mm-hmm. Those bodies were organic as fuck. So
they were.
I mean, okay. even though we probably shouldn't go back to this, I wanted to anyway.
Okay.
Because I want to hear. I like the violence debate and the gun debate.
Okay.
Just because it's funny as fuck that people are so stupid, and I'm assuming you're not. I mean, I know you're not, obviously, but I'm just saying, like, what has been your opinion on these shootings and the guns and things like that? And do you think violence has increased in the past 30 years?
I'm not against guns. Okay. I'm against insane people
with guns.
With not even guns, like assault rifles. Don't give the lunatic down the road access to something that can shoot, I don't know how many bullets in 12 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the nutbag that doesn't need a gun. You know, normal, responsible people should be allowed to have guns.
And the nutbags are going crazy.
The nutbags are the ones that are like, you're going to have to pry it from my hand.
Yeah.
I mean, really? Are we? I mean, if you're mentally stable, you're going to be able to have your gun.
Exactly.
Forget it, you know?
They literally, I can't. I was arguing with some old people at work. And it was funny because they just swear that kids today are just acting crazy and violence has just run rampant. And it's our generation that's doing it, and whoop, 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 that's messing it up for everyone. And I resent that because, bitch, first of all, I'm not crazy. Well...
Not when it comes to weapons.
Yeah, I use a different type of weapon. But, like, I know, I'm smart enough to realize, you guys, it's not more violent at all, okay? I saw a thing and it said, like, the violence has increased in the past 30 years, right? And I'm like, okay, so when was the internet invented? 1983. And by the time it was, like, super normal for, like, people to get commonly, it was probably about 30 years ago. Would you say?
The internet?
Yes.
No.
Pretty common?
Not...
Like 30 years? It's been...
most people
since
didn't...
the 80s.
No. Not the internet. Most people didn't really, like, get the internet until, like, 2000.
2000, okay.
And it was still, a lot of people still had that dial-up.
Oh my god, yeah. No, it was pretty shitty.
It was bad.
But
that's...
What I'm saying is, I feel like the increase in violence recently is our access to see it happening. Because it's really hard to convince me.
I wouldn't disagree with that.
Think about it. Think about how information had to travel before when shit went down. You would have to call each of your friends.
People
or
read it in the paper.
Yeah, they read it.
This is what happened in...
Okay.
Wherever.
And they had radio, but I feel like things were set programming. I feel like you could only hear so much. I feel like information just didn't travel as quick and as fast as it does today. And here's a good way to kind of paint this picture. Okay? During the Salem witch trials, give those bitches iPhones. The dark ages in France, give them iPhones. Ancient Greeks, give them iPhones. Oh my God, the Vikings iPhones. So we're more violent, okay? Or do we just hear about it more? I feel like...
I don't think we're more...
We've always been... We're better, if not... We used to literally kill each other in pits. And you're trying to convince me.
It's not that... I don't think we're more violent because we used to... we would have public hangings. And that's not shooting someone or stabbing someone. But I would say that's very violent. And that's a horrible thing. Like, let's bring the kids. There's a hanging tonight. And they did. No, that's not even funny. That's exactly what happened. And so, yeah, of course, there's been violence forever.
Exactly.
But now, I feel like there's more access to weapons. You know.
Yeah.
Well, Dad collects guns. Well, 200 years ago, did Dad collect guns? No, he probably had one.
Yeah.
And that was in case some asshat came into his house and he needed to defend himself because you couldn't call the cops.
Or one of his slaves ran away. Come here, boy.
Also possible.
Yeah, I mean...
But it was not an assault rifle. He had to figure out how to reload in the dark because it was by candlelight, okay?
Oh my God.
I mean, really.
Yeah, that is.
I don't think we're more violent, but I think you're right. You have a lot of information that comes in. The news is all. It's there was an assault here, or somebody was murdered, or so bad things have been happening for years, hundreds and hundreds of years. That's what I'm saying. So it's just different, like the Salem witch trials. Public hangings. I'm
just like imagining the Twitter then. You know what I mean? Hashtag I saw you with the devil. Or like hashtag.
That would for sure be the
hashtag.
This bitch a witch.
Oh my god. I would accuse I would be reckless.
You would be like, all of you are witches. All of these fuckers are witches.
Exactly.
And they would be like, no.
I would be so reckless. We can't do that. Okay. I know this isn't the same, but it made me think of it because it's like a witch hunt kind of, but with suicide. Listen. Okay, listen.
I don't know where this is going. And your laughter frightens me.
Okay. So, like, one of my last years in high school, they started inputting the suicide prevention program. And what it was basically we went to an assembly every grade and we watched a video on suicide prevention, and it had like, first of all, terrible acting. Okay? It was the worst acting ever. He's like, I just want to take a permanent nap. Like, I'll never forget that line. I'm like,
who wrote this?
The school board? I don't know. But what they did was at the end of it, Miss Burkhead, who, fun fact, is related to Larry Burkhead from the whole Anna Nicole situation, and she made sure she let everybody know. Okay? I think it's his sister.
Oh.
Yeah, she was our like guidance counselor or whatever she was. But anyway,
she could have guided Anna.
Yeah, don't mean to brag. But no, at the end of it, she's like, okay, everyone, we're passing out papers, and I want you to write down if you think that anyone you see is depressed or you think they might kill themselves, to high school kids. She gave these slips to high school children. Okay?
That is a trap.
There were so many trips to the office the next day, the next week. Like,
that's horrible.
It was like just... Oh my god. No, not because I hope you don't think it's because they were really upset.
No, because people were like, I'm writing Avery's name down.
No, people were like, I'm just going to write my friends just so they have to go talk about suicide. It's so fucked up. I didn't do it. I was better than that. And nobody wrote me, actually. Thank God. But literally, she was like, just take aim. You can go ahead and just write anybody's name. And I just feel like that was funny. I mean, it's not like the Salem witch trial, but it's like the...
Kind of. Who here is a witch? If you know, write their name down.
Oh my god. No, I mean... thank God. No one actually committed suicide, though, so... That's good.
So that's good. I guess the program worked.
Oh, okay, so O.J. Simpson.
Yeah, let's talk about this.
This is funny. Okay. So, O.J. Simpson, he did an interview with Fox about his book, If I Did It. which is a really...
The top 10 worst names for a book about the murder of your wife and her friend. Number 1 is If I Did It. Well, no, that's probably number 2. Number 1 is Yeah, I Did It.
Yes, man.
Stop it.
Yes, that is hilarious.
Why? Who proofread this? I have a lot of questions. Yeah. Keep going. I'm sorry.
No. It's okay. I first of all, I am oddly so uninterested in this whole OJ thing. Like,
you're uninterested
in life in general. Like, for some reason I think you're
too young. You're too young because I don't. How old were you in 90? I think the trial was in 95.
Yeah, I was like 3.
Yeah, so you were too young.
The closest thing I really have to it is Faye Resnick from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. because she was connected to the trial. But literally that's it. And
so that just kind of puts it, that's like real life for you. That puts it in,
And
it was a huge deal when it was going on, though.
I mean, I understand that, but I didn't even watch, like, the Netflix series or whatever, the show. Like, I don't know. I just never cared, and I don't know. Okay, but yeah, he had a interview with Fox about his book, and they didn't air it. How many years
I wonder why. It was like 10 years ago or something.
2006.
Yeah.
So they're going to air it, and I'm super excited.
I read that the lady that did the interview was fired, so I wonder if that's why they didn't air it. I mean, I don't know. That's just what I read.
Did it say why she was fired? I didn't even read that part.
No, probably accused somebody of sexual harassment. No, it's all going to come full circle.
Oh my God. No. She was probably sexually harassed.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
She was probably like, you sexually harassed me. And they were like, get rid of her now.
Yeah, oh my God.
But now they're like, oh crap, she was sexually harassed. We got to show this great interview.
Oh my God, yeah. Well, are you excited to see the interview?
I'd probably watch it.
I'm going to watch the fuck out of it. I mean, I'm not super excited about OJ Everett, but like, I just feel like it could be good. It could be good.
I think if you had been old, I mean, you had to have been like a lot older than you actually were, you would have loved watching the trial. Because it was like one big Real Housewives every single day.
Yeah, and I am a African, and I just feel like this whole racial divide, like, oh my God, my house, it would have been my mom versus us. Like, we would have been, you know my mom was looking at us that day like, oh my God, I don't know about these black people. No,
she was not.
I'm just kidding.
No. That's funny.
Trust me, we were proof that, she was definitely down with a brown.
Definitely.
Got the fever.
Oh my.
Okay. Let's talk about this Monique situation.
Okay.
Now, I covered this on my very first episode, but even still, it's still continued, and she's went on more interviews. She's been on The View since then, and got into it with Whoopi Goldberg, and then...
They got into it?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't see this.
What
did Whoopi say?
Well, okay, basically, let me break it down, okay? So, Monique is into it with Tyler Perry, Lee Daniels, Oprah Winfrey, okay? She's into it with them. Here's why. I don't know where to start because I don't know which one happened first. Okay, when she was on Precious, she got paid $50,000 to do it, okay? Or Bessie or it was Precious, okay? She was contractually obligated to promote the movie in America. Okay, and she did. She did all. I mean, you've heard of Precious, I'm sure. She won major awards for it. Whoop, whoop,
she was great in that movie.
Yeah.
I mean, that movie horrifies me.
Okay.
I mean, it's
my favorite part was the chicken scene, but I mean, where she like because she stole the chicken, ate it, and then she threw up, so it's like a waste. The whole scene. Just,
is that what you got out of the movie?
Really? Seriously.
I mean,
seriously.
She was really good in that movie.
No. I loved Monique. But my thing is, they got mad because they wanted her to go over to Cannes, the film festival in Europe or whatever, and promote the movie there. But she was with her family, and she's like, I'd rather spend time with them instead of going out there. And they weren't going to pay her, is the whole deal. Yeah. So they weren't offering her any extra money. Remember, the film made plenty of money. They only paid her $50,000. And Oprah called, Lee Daniels called, Tyler Perry called, trying to convince her, and they were like, "So what's your offer?" Like, and no, they refused to pay her. So since she respectfully declined, that's how she's got labeled difficult to work with. Okay?
I don't feel like that's. I mean, if somebody's like, "Hey, I want you to go and do this,"
yeah.
You can say no. You're allowed to say no.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. I have other things going on.
Yeah, but can you say no to Oprah? Is the thing.
It would be very difficult. I probably couldn't look her in the eyes.
I think that's what it boils down to is Oprah.
She can say no to whoever she wants to.
Exactly.
Though.
That's
the thing.
It
doesn't matter. Are they going to pay her way out there?
That's what I'm saying. Like, why are they pay her then? Like, it's really that. So they already had beef from that. And on top of that, what Oprah has done to her is Monique confided in Oprah about her, and I believe it might have been on her show too, about her being molested by her brother, and her mom taking his side and things like that. And then Oprah had her entire family on her show, and then apologized for how she might have felt that she hurt her. Okay,
that's like, where's Oprah? We need to hear Oprah's side of this.
That's Oprah. Oprah's the light, and she's saying she's staying away from that negativity. No, bitch, tell the truth. Okay, now, yeah, I'm sorry, Oprah, but Monique is exposing. Okay, I totally believe her. I totally believe her. If you have that much money and influence, of course you don't have to. She just thinks that she doesn't have to answer. Of course, I mean, but. Okay, so that's her beef with them, and they've obviously blackballed her for just saying no to that, which is why she's having trouble working.
Which is ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Like, but this all boils down to
she can say no. She can say no. I don't want to go to the film festival.
But this is what her and Whoopi got into it, because Whoopi was like, see, during that whole situation, if you would have called me, I would have schooled you on what you're supposed to do, your obligation. She's like, but I fulfill my obligations, which is why they couldn't sue me. Okay? And that's what Whoopi says, that she should have just not said shit. And she said that her manager, which is Monique's manager, is her husband. Okay? Whoopi, when they were talking together, blamed it on him. Said that it's your husband being difficult, and Monique does not, everybody says that about her husband, but he's the only one that's speaking up for her in these situations. Yeah. Because to me, it does look weird. Okay? $500,000 for a special, a stand-up special. They offered Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock $20 million, and Amy Schumer $11 million, and then when she complained about what the men were getting, they gave her 13.
But that's women in general, white, black, Asian, whatever, are always paid less, unless they're fucking Oprah Winfrey.
Yeah. They're
paid less than men. And I think Monique is as talented and as capable as any of those people.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous to offer her $500,000 and offer Amy Schumer $13.
Yeah.
If you're gonna be a dick about it and offer the men $20, then at least offer both of the women the same.
Yeah.
It seems a little racist.
Okay.
It does.
It does, right? And that's what I'm saying.
Not just racist, sexist too, because the women obviously are not offered the same amount as the men.
Okay, so she asked for a boycott of Netflix. Now, Charlamagne the
Which
God,
is like,
Lenard.
That's like asking someone to boycott Jesus. Seriously, these people are addicted.
I support
to
Monique, and even I didn't boycott Netflix. I love you, Monique. I really do, and I support everything that you're doing. But honey, I can't.
It's really like asking somebody to sacrifice their baby. Yeah. And most people won't do it.
Yeah. And that's the thing. They were calling her they gave her donkey of the day. She went and confronted Lenard about that. Okay. And, because here's the thing, she is right in what she's saying. He said, but it's like a what have you done for me right now kind of situation. What have you done recently? Whoop, whoop, whoop. She puts out that in 2016, it's just now 2018, she did a movie called Almost Christmas. You didn't see it probably. I didn't see it, but apparently it made a lot of money in the box office. Whoop, whoop. But, she does stand up. She doesn't do arenas like them. But I offer you this, okay? Think about this for just a second.
Okay.
Same situation. Would you consider Eddie Murphy a legend? And like, he has huge stand-up specials from the 80s. He's
he comedic actor. Yeah. He was, Okay. He was on Saturday Night Live, and he did all of his,
Yeah. Would you, and obviously Monique, a legend. Okay.
Yeah.
Parker's, her own talk show, Precious.
She's done a lot.
Okay, plenty of movies. Woo, woo, woo. Now, would we be having the same conversation? Would they offer, or would Eddie Murphy ever accept an offer of $500,000? He has not done stadiums.
They would never He's probably done stadiums.
No. I'm saying
not recently.
Same metrics, right? Mm-hmm. I checked. I looked it up. His last movie was a movie called Mr. Winter or something.
He hasn't done anything in a long anything big in a long time.
And it doesn't matter, right? He hasn't done anything. Mm-hmm. But if Netflix came to, would we be having the same conversation? He would never accept it. They would never offer him $500,000.
No,
ever.
And I don't think it would be based on what's going on with him right now. It would be like,
exactly.
Hey, Murphy, you were, whatever,
Okay,
yeah.
And honestly, when I think about that, that makes me feel even more like this is what it is. Because
but if it were a female, another black female, would use Whoopi Goldberg. If they were trying to get Whoopi Goldberg, I guarantee they wouldn't offer her what they offer Amy Schumer.
Exactly.
Probably would be more than $500,000.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still not going to be adequate. It's not going to be what she feels like she deserves.
It's bullshit.
As a comedian and as a woman. So, regardless, I mean, and that's Netflix. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But it happens every day. It happens in your job. It happens in my job.
Yeah, and that's what she's trying to say. That's what she's fighting for.
She's making a valid point.
And people, I think eventually this is really going to start to take effect and things like that, because this has been a month later. We're still talking about it. I think she needs to keep pushing, because some shit obviously does need to be done.
I think it's great that she didn't accept the offer.
Yeah.
Because it would have been more upsetting to find out, she did this great special and they only paid her $500,000 when they paid these other people millions of dollars.
Every time that something like this happens, they keep telling her, we'll get him the next time. And she's like, okay, I've been doing this for 50 years.
She needs, maybe her husband can be co-managing her with someone else? Do you think that's part of it too?
Well, that's the whole thing. She didn't want the manager... she ended up firing her last manager because literally he straight up told her, people like you guys come and go, but we have to, our best interest is what's in the interest of the studios, right? Because we still have to work with
And that's why she has her husband.
So she was like, you're fired.
But if she could find someone who did have her best interest at heart, I feel like she would be a lot better off.
Yeah.
And her husband can co-manage. She can have two.
Yeah. I do think he's probably posing some type of issue because, obviously...
Well, he's not going to take things as a manager. He's taking shit as a husband. So when they're hey, man, we want to offer your wife whatever. Oh, are you fucking kidding me right now? My wife is worth more than that. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, okay.
He's not taking it as a manager and being like, well, let me talk with her and we'll negotiate it.
Yeah. That makes sense.
I would bet, because he can't leave his heart out of it. That's his wife.
You're right. That makes total sense. Honestly, with this subject, I could go on for hours and hours and hours. Because
we could.
Motherfuckers is racist, but...
They are. And sexist.
Yes. And he even threw in an ageism thing. Now that she's at a certain age, maybe they see her, especially with women, I know that's a huge thing.
But isn't Hollywood kind of built on,
young, pretty...
sexism and ageism and...
ask Harvey Weinstein.
Racism.
Yeah, oh my God.
They're built on that type of thing.
Oh, speaking of dirty sexual assaulters, Ryan Seacrest, allegedly.
Seacrest, yeah. Allegedly, because we don't know.
We don't know, but
do you have what the accuser said? Do you have that available?
Yeah. So, Susie Hardy, an ex-hairstylist of Ryan Seacrest, and when I posed this to you. About the sexual assault, what did you say?
I said, and I mean no offense, I said, was it a woman or was it a man?
Which is a legitimate fucking question.
I would ask that about a lot of people, so it really doesn't,
Especially in Hollywood. I feel like everybody probably dips and dabbles.
Look at Kevin Spacey. He's being accused and he's like, I like men! okay, he didn't do it, he likes men. No.
That was pretty. Oh my god, a gay shield. I mean, no, you cannot just do that.
He was like, you know what? I better sexually harass that bitch over there so
oh
it
my
doesn't
god.
blow my cover.
Kind of even it out.
I mean, not that. That's horrible.
Oh
Don't do that. But
there are just some dudes out there. Like, I mean, John Travolta with his whole. I mean, oh my god. I mean, I could have guessed that about him too, but at the same time, it's just like he's still married and shit. I just feel like that's so weird. But you know,
it's true.
Ryan Seacrest, he's a dirty man, maybe.
Allegedly. And well, do you have what she said specifically?
Okay, so Susie Hardy said, well, actually, they had a source that also, you know, she's helping her confirm that apparently one time she was tying his shoe and he pushed her head towards his penis,
Which, when you told me earlier, I may have laughed a little.
Why?
I was just imagining it, like, he's sitting there and he's got his foot up and she's so nice to tie a shoe and he's like... If someone did that to me, I'd be like... Someone would know about it right away. It wouldn't come out however long. No. I would be like, you know what this son of a bitch just did to me?
Oh, my God.
I'm not tying that motherfucker's shoes anymore.
I would never.
He can do his own makeup and hair. He probably can do his own makeup and hair.
Okay, another thing is, okay, so apparently the door swung open and somebody saw Ryan Seacrest bear hugging this lady with an erect penis while she was screaming and yelling, "Stop it! Get off of me!" And just that image.
Okay, I think that's what I laughed at earlier.
It is a funny, like, imagine that little man. Just like...
Does he seem like that guy that's like gonna hug somebody against their will and be aroused by it? And she's like,
he really doesn't seem like
he does not seem like that type of
thing.
guy.
I mean,
a lot of them don't.
Actors.
But that's specifically. But he's not an actor.
I guess. I mean,
he's just like a radio TV personality, which doesn't make him any less capable of this type of thing.
You think when he's doing like sexual assaulty things, he has like an announcer voice, like, "Okay, this is happening next
on American Idol." Seacrest,
like I don't know, just like going down on you or whatever. You know what I mean?
I think that's his voice, though. Have you ever heard him not speak in that voice? I don't think I have.
Okay, let's talk about more rape. So
more what?
More rape. Or, I mean, alleged rape.
Is it actual rape or is it just assault?
Alleged assault. Whatever.
Wow, this has escalated very quickly.
So apparently, like, there was a scene of him...
Seacrest?
Yes.
Still? Okay.
On top of her body, which... in a hotel room. So, I mean, I feel like that's pretty... Yeah, so that was mentioned definitely in this report. I just don't know, like, what? That was a jump. But apparently he slapped her ass and she showed the welt to somebody. And I'm like, even for, like, an ass slapping, that is pretty, like, damn, bitch. Like, you must have slapped it really hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, God.
You had to have.
To leave a welt? Like...
I would not let somebody... If he touched me like that...
Oh, and he says that she like... propositioned him and was like, "Okay, I'll stop talking shit about you if you like give me millions of dollars." And he was like, "No." So I mean, and Kelly Ripa has came up and spoke on his behalf on her show. So it's kind of like, but I mean, do you think he did it for real?
I don't know. I don't really know. I don't want to be judgy, and with all of the sexual assault accusations that have been coming out about everyone and their damn brother.
Yeah.
I mean, it's bound to happen where things are said that did not happen or didn't happen the way that they're saying that they did. But I don't know. He's just as capable of sexual harassment as anybody else.
Yes, that's very true. I don't know. It's just so hard. I need more evidence. Yeah. Because apparently they did an investigation and they found insufficient evidence. But it's kind of like...
Which doesn't mean that it didn't happen. They just couldn't prove that it happened.
I just need a conviction. Like, somebody needs to...
The stuff that she said, though, I mean...
It doesn't sound like
I laughed twice, and that's not good. I mean...
Yeah, that does make sense.
I don't know. There's no way to prove that any of that happened. There's no way to prove it didn't happen.
Well, right now he's guilty until proven innocent.
I think it's innocent until proven guilty. No. You've got it backwards.
Not in the court of the internet.
Oh.
Okay. So, before we move to the housewives thing, because we're definitely, bitch, we're gonna talk about it.
Okay.
I know you don't know it, but like
you're gonna school me. I want to know.
You need to know.
I want to know.
I do want to first of all talk about the end of Celebrity Big Brother because that just ended, and we have our first winner, Marissa Winokur, the Tony Award-winning Hairspray actress.
Oh,
she beat
really
Ross Matthews in the final 2.
That's pretty cool.
And they voted for him to lose because he obviously played a better game. But, I mean, like, they had their feelings hurt. And so, I mean, honestly, it's Big Brother. That's how you're supposed to play. Yeah. But I just want to cover that just to say I'm not happy with the outcome.
You didn't like it.
I wanted Brandy to win.
Right.
Or Ross or Omarosa.
Omarosa, though?
Yeah. As big of a piece of... She's a good game player, okay? She deserved to win, okay? Hey, I've always loved Omarosa on TV, okay?
Really?
Yeah. I just hated her. I hate her, like, in real life. Yeah.
Stop it. I love her on TV. I hate her in real life.
Yeah. If that makes sense.
I guess. It makes sense.
She's an evil...
You like the facade.
Yeah. You know? She's a cunt, and we all know it.
But she pretends.
Yeah. I guess, for real, the Big Brother announcement that I would like to make, though, we are going to be covering Big Brother Canada. And
oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know.
And it starts March 7th. They have released the cast with whoever is on next week. We will be going over the cast and talking about, bitch, we gonna talk about it because it's gonna be exciting.
I won't miss it.
It looks like all newbies, okay? Which... That's
exciting.
Yeah, I mean...
Fresh meat.
Yeah. So, yeah. Stay tuned for that. So, this week on Real Housewives of Atlanta, so they wake up in their villa from hell, okay? Okay, so Cynthia
like
basically...
a day at work.
Yeah. Cynthia ordered these rooms or whatever, but their sleeping arrangements were pretty, like for us it's good, for them it's bad. You know what I mean? It's like one of those situations. Yeah. They were really complaining about, like, no, I had to sleep in a twin bed, my back hurts. Like, just very housewifey type of things. Everybody hated it. They're talking about the fights from the night before. Now, Kim and Nene they go back from like season 1. They've been beefing like forever, right? Here recently, Nene was like, Kim has gone through like a heart attack, stroke, all this stuff, and she's still like a negative person. Kim got called and told about that. Well, her daughter Brielle took a video in Nene's house where she showed a roach or like a water bug or something and was throwing shade. And Kim texted that video and a shitty message to everybody at the table except for Nene. Everybody's talking about, what would you do if your daughter got involved, or should your daughter get involved in grown people's arguments?
No.
I mean, obviously, right?
I mean, you would think no.
Yeah. I just feel like...
How old is her daughter?
Her daughter... She's over 18, I know that. She's an adult.
So she's grown.
She's grown, but she's her daughter. You know, like, bitch, you're really gonna have people fighting with your daughter on TV and stuff. Like, I feel like that's weird.
Is it like a protective thing? Like,
I feel like you shouldn't put your daughter out there like that. Or, I mean, she put herself out there technically. But what I'm saying is, like, you should get your daughter in line. Because, I don't know, I feel like they shouldn't be involved with the messiness of the show and shit like that. You know?
Yeah, I would agree. It's kind of like, she can fight her own battles. Her daughter does not need to be involved in any of this.
So Eva was pissed because Shamea had questioned her sexuality in front of everybody and asked her if she dated Missy Elliott and shit like that. And Shamea's like, well, it was already out there, but she was like, but it wasn't out here until you brought it out. So, which is totally true. Trust me, I've lived through this so many times. The public asking about your sexuality.
The public.
Okay. Oh my God. No, when I say the public, I mean somebody when you're in a group of people. Okay. That has happened to me multiple times. I've hated every person that did it.
Don't you feel like people that do that, though, they feel like Well, I'm going to put you on the spot. I'm going to ask you in front of Jesus.
Yeah. No. Oh, my God. It is literally the worst feeling ever. I already know when people are about to do it, too. If anyone has...
Hey, Avery.
Oh, my God. No. Girl. Anytime anyone's about to ask me this, they're like, hey, can I ask a question? Anytime somebody says, hey, can I ask a question? I tense up immediately. Like, oh, God.
No.
Well, I mean, I used to, but... I mean, it's easier now, but I'm just saying, like, oh my God, I just remember, like, oh my God, I used to dread that all the time. Oh my God, it was terrible.
I wish I had asked you, like, in the walk-in at Gaddy's. Avery, can I ask you a question? And like, see your breath. And,
I
like,
wouldn't know.
fluffing cheese.
There's no way I would have said anything anyway. I don't know.
And it would have just been us in there anyway.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have had an audience.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I would have... I don't know. I was technically kind of pushed out, so I feel like I don't know if I would have been. Mm-hmm. I definitely would have said yes. Out? Yes, I definitely would have said yes. I don't know.
If I asked you, I never asked
not
you.
Till
I didn't
later.
feel like it was.
Honestly, do feel like later on I was getting a lot more like not comfortable, but like.
You would have.
I would have, yeah, when I was older. But, yeah, definitely not when I was, like, 16 working at Gaddy's with you. There's no way I would have spilt the beans.
I never asked you. It didn't matter one way or another. Like
even though I know my voice is, like, there's basically a dick in my mouth. Like, okay, I already know that, people. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I do have to point out.
But
I wasn't delusional in that way.
I don't understand why somebody feels the need. Like, would you ask me? Like,
you
wouldn't ask me like, "Hey, Amanda, are you like straight?"
No, I can ask the dumbest fucking questions. You wouldn't ask me that.
So why is it that people are like to someone who's gay, "Hey, are you gay?" Why is it like that? You don't ask a straight person, "Hey, are you straight?"
Yeah, because they want to make like a festival of me. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying.
I don't understand.
Like people. I don't know. I've been doing this a while now, so it's kind of like I understand. Like, no matter in any type of new situation or group situation I've ever been in, I can't imagine any situation where this wouldn't happen to me. Besides, like a gay bar or something, I will be discussed. People will discuss me in general, whether I interact with them or not. You know what I mean? I'm always like and that's not like a brag or nothing. Like literally just my gayness. Like like, oh my God, it's like hey, is Avery this? Is Avery that? Like my friends get it. Like people ask my friends and things like that.
They're just baffled by you. They can't pinpoint you.
I mean. Why does it? That's what my whole thing is.
I don't think it should matter.
That's what I'm saying.
It's irrelevant. Why does it matter? Unless it's a guy who's like, "Hey, is Avery gay?" And he wants to know because he's interested in you. Then it doesn't matter.
I mean,
it doesn't matter.
Girl, I mean, don't even get me started. Anyway.
We digress.
Seriously. I mean, that'll be a whole other podcast. Okay?
I want to be involved.
Oh my God. Yeah, no, we can.
Get a panel. Get a couple people that day.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because there are friends now. I couldn't say that before like 22 that knew I was gay from jump. Like I because after that situation I made sure like that. I mean, it's kind of like my opener. Hi, I'm a fag. Like
that is a
because I don't want anything.
But that does not define you. Like if you're like, "Hey, I'm Avery," why would that be what follows that?
Well,
because that does not define you. That is a part of who you are. But that is not you.
Well, I don't want it to be
a lot of different things.
Yeah, I know, but I don't want it to be like, I don't want there to be a mystery. Like I said, I hate the feeling of being discussed. You know what I mean? So I don't want any like.
So you give them your life story. You're like, "Hey, I'm Avery. Do you have a few minutes? I'd like to tell you my life."
Speculation. Let's get this off the table. Let's not have you interrogate my friends. Let's not, hi.
You're like one of those people that comes to your door and they're like, "Hey, do you have a minute to talk about your Lord and Savior?"
No.
And you're like, "Hey, do you have a minute to talk about Avery?"
I'm not. Okay, listen.
I'm just kidding.
I don't actually go up and say, "Hi, I'm gay," but in our first interactions, I will try to like make it pretty plain, But girl, I'm smooth. I'm not like, "Hi, super," like. But you won't walk away from that conversation
and not know
and be confused. No. I'll try to like, just subtly, whatever. But anyway, though.
Sorry, we digressed again.
Yeah, yes.
Again,
but
it's fine.
I mean, trust me, it'll be seamless in editing. But but Nene gets everyone to hope Nene quotations because production, after all the complaining, was like, okay, bitches, we're gonna buy you a whole new hotel. Okay, so they all got a new hotel set up. They have a lesbian kiss on the bus, and I guess my question for you, Amanda, is like, have you had a lesbian kiss?
No, never.
Never? Mm-mm. Well, okay.
It's not too late. Just kidding.
I'm not trans.
I don't know. That's funny.
Well, we'll be talking about constructive vaginas here later.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Jesus, take the wheel.
There was a levitating statue man that you can't enjoy because you didn't see him. The ladies get in go-karts. They're in Barcelona, Spain, by the way. You probably didn't know that. Mm-mm. And, they're in Barcelona, Spain on vacation. And they get go-karts. Portia wrecks her go-kart into another one because she's a dumb bitch. She didn't know what the Underground Railroad was. And no. This is Portia Williams, the granddaughter of Hosea Williams, who was like a huge civil rights person, like with Dr. King and stuff like that. Okay? And they were literally...
How?
Yes.
How?
They were at a church doing a tour, and they were showing her underneath the stage where slaves used to hide. And she was like, so, like, but where does the railroad come in? Like, where would they just be like... And they're like, no, it was like a theoretical. Like,
stop.
Like, oh my God, that's real.
Stop.
Yeah, she's not bright.
Stop.
That's so embarrassing.
If you have to explain to someone, I'm sorry, I learned about the Underground Railroad in like 4th grade. Okay, like in 4th grade. What happened to our school system?
Yeah, no, for real. Some don't, but I guess she was just so pretty that she didn't have to actually learn.
I mean, that's not even. You just listen. You don't even have to learn. You don't have to study that.
I know. That's at her house. They should be talking about.
I know, but like your great grandfather did this.
They go to dinner and all the food looks gross in Spain. Everything's like prawns and clams and fish and just grossness. I would never survive.
Seafood's delicious.
I hate seafood.
Really?
Well, Long John Silver's, I'm telling you. When I was 9, literally I had like projectile vomit in there. And everybody's like, but that wasn't real fit. I understand that, but it still smelled and tasted pretty accurate, which means now when I have those flashbacks, it's like
you
everything else
back to a Long John Silver's?
No, it's the throw up girl. You know, literally put this in your brain. You know, the swinging door of the garbage can we had to hold open as I'm like, seriously, as I'm just heaving. And it was, I mean,
this is horrifying.
For a child.
I feel like I was there.
For a child, it was pretty bad. So I literally have not eaten seafood since. Barcelona food's gross. I wouldn't move to Spain.
And visit.
So Portia's supposed to be a vegan and she's over there eating octopus and she's like, when in Spain, but I don't think that's how you can be a vegan. Yeah. She's eating octopus. She said she's just going to put it on hold since she's on vacation, but you can't just, that's not being vegan then. That's just somebody who eats mostly vegetarian.
Is she confused?
Yeah, no, it is very weird.
Because vegan is no animal products. I'm pretty sure eating an animal is considered animal products. Something that had a heart. They don't eat like honey and dairy and shit, and that doesn't have a heart.
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
oh my God.
But the fact that it's octopus too is just the issue I have. Like that. Have you ever had anything like that? I could never. No.
It's not.
No.
I mean,
that's Sakura, Japan, and Jefferson Mall, bitch. No, I would never. I've never even looked at that place.
That place has been under for like.
Oh, thank God.
I haven't been in the mall in like a year. No, like 5 years.
Sorry, it's been a while.
Because of people like you, Avery.
I can't do it. I can't do sushi. I can't do.
Oh my God!
I can't.
You can't do sushi.
But I do weirdly have a rule: if you fry it, I'll try it. So, like,
they make fried sushi.
I know if they can come to me.
That's
with some
your
bullshit
gateway.
Like that, yeah.
You'll be obsessed with sushi, Avery.
I even tried to take out everything I hated. Okay, I worked at Kroger where they had a sushi guy next to the deli, and I was like, okay, can you just roll it up with chicken and rice?
Did he laugh?
Chicken and rice. No, he did it.
He did it?
He did it.
How
no
was it?
veggies, no nothing. And he just rolled up with chicken, and it still tasted like seaweed, so I couldn't do it. Like, it's
you
so
can't
gross.
even taste seaweed unless it's like seaweed salad. Oh, it's so good.
No.
Avery,
No.
come have sushi with me.
No.
We'll get you some fried sushi, and then you'll progress.
We'll see. I mean, at least the food is cooked. Goddamn. Well, no, I hate. Okay, anyway.
They have sushi that's cooked, and not like fried, but like the meat is cooked.
Yeah, I just.
You don't eat seafood, so.
Nene says what's wrong is wrong, and fuck Kim for doing that video. And I feel that, like, she asked Sheree what she's gonna do, because Sheree's good friends with Kim. Mm-hmm. And everybody's like, are you gonna tell your friend that they were wrong? And she's like, I'm not gonna tell her how to raise her kids. I love that she was like, but I'm gonna tell her what we said at the table. And I'm just like,
yeah, that makes it okay.
She is so messy. But Nene brings up a good point. They weren't even arguing months ago, and Kim took a picture of Nene's Rolls Royce in a handicap spot, saved it for when they were beefing, so that she could just be like, she has like a bank of shade to throw. And I feel like that would you collect things on your friends to?
No. I wouldn't collect things on my enemies. I mean, I don't have enemies, but you know what I mean. Like, yeah. Even people that I didn't like.
I would.
Who is gonna? I mean,
no, bitch.
Collect the. Oh, I got this box in the corner full of
your
stuff
enemy?
in case.
Bitch, I have a revenge firework in my drawer right now.
I want to see.
It's like a mortar.
What do you have? Oh my god! Is there an actual?
Oh my god! Where's my revenge firework?
Stop! For the record, he actually went to a drawer.
No. For the record, that firework is around here somewhere. And it's like a big...
Somebody probably stole it. You've had a lot of people in here recently doing these podcasts.
I really hope no one has my... Oh my god. But it's prime for revenge. Like, you can stick it anywhere and it's gonna, like, super explode.
What is it?
It's literally like one of those big ones. Like, it's a ball of just fury. And if you piss me off, I'm totally not gonna use it legally ever, but it might end up.
The cat is like, I saw it. It was in there.
Like, people don't understand. Like, I hate when people are always like, holding grudges is so negative. It takes up so much energy. No, it doesn't. If that's your opinion, then you're not doing it right. Because seriously, I don't sit here and think about it every day. But if I hear your name, boom, that file comes up, and oh wait, I can look and see. Oh yeah, that person's a bitch. There is no, let's see each other years later and we forgot the beef. No, bitch, I remember why I didn't like you. Okay, I remember the last thing you said to me. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I just didn't think about it till I saw your fucking face. And that is how you hold a grudge, people. That is the proper grudge.
I'm not a grudge holder. Not because, like, oh, it takes up so much energy. There are people that don't like.
Yeah. No,
it's not like a...
That's a form of a grudge, right? No.
But I'm not going to be, like, rude to them. Like, if I saw them out somewhere, I'm not going to pull some file from my head and be like...
I wouldn't be rude. I'm not going to say hi. Bitch, if I don't like you, I'm not going to say hi, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
I find it hilarious that people I used to beef with can come see me years later and try to come up and say hi. That's weird to me. Bitch, if we didn't like each other the last time we saw each other, why is it different now?
Maybe they're trying to turn over a new leaf.
I don't like that. No, right. Keep your leaf, bitch.
They're trying to grow as people.
No, I don't. No, bitch. Okay, you're trying to grow. Well, then before you say hi, there should be a sorry or like a bitch. I don't do the. If we never ended it, then you feel me? Like if there was no end to the argument, then I can't move on. You feel me? So there is no. We were beefing and then hi. How do I know you're different? Bitch, how do I know you're not a piece of shit still? What, because you said hi today? That makes no sense to me. I just can't. I can't connect those dots. I really can't.
You can just.
You gotta assume they grow.
You don't. No, and you don't even have to. I mean, there are instances where someone will never say that they're sorry.
Okay, and exactly, and those people I would never want to be around.
You have to be okay with that. Like, if you saw them and they're like, "Hey, Avery, how's it going?"
Yeah, no.
You don't. I mean, you don't have to be like, "Burn in hell."
I wouldn't say burn in hell. I'd probably be like, You know, like, oh, I'll give you a nod, bitch, bye. And then that's about it. But I wouldn't, like, sit there and have a conversation. That's just weird. That's just weird to me.
I don't know.
That's weird to me. But I feel what you're saying, like...
You have to be okay with never getting an apology from someone. Even if they, like, they really owe you an apology. You have to be... I know this from experience.
Yeah.
There are people in my life that, yeah. Ted's a good example.
The evildoer.
He will never say that he's sorry, and that's okay.
Or Charlie Sheen.
Charlie Sheen, too. Charlie Sheen.
Charlie
Sheen doesn't know that she doesn't know that she did anything that she should be sorry for, and I think that's a good way for you to look at it. There are some people that don't know.
Talking to you as she's fucking the guy that you're talking about.
She didn't see anything wrong with that, though, because she liked him also.
Well, that's...
But you see what I'm saying?
That's
like,
so obviously wrong.
But she doesn't know that she should be like... And, I mean, maybe she shouldn't even have to say... Like, you know what I mean?
But I feel like you would know that that's not the type of person you would...
I wouldn't have done that to her.
That's what I mean. Like,
but
girl...
That's just me.
I always just have a problem with this. Like... I really do have an issue with just, like, people trying to convince me that it's blatant disrespect is okay. Okay? It is
not
just
okay.
not.
But you have to understand, though, that there are people that are just like that.
Yeah.
And they'll never be sorry. That's just who they are.
And
they're never going to be like, Avery, I'm sorry I treated you like shit. Because that's how they treat everyone.
Okay, exactly. And what I'm saying is, so when I see those people, bitch, I want to treat them accordingly. Bitch, you've earned this.
You shouldn't have a revenge folder, though.
It's not a folder like that. It's just a folder it's a folder that I can reference, okay, where were we last? Oh, you're a piece of shit. And that is where you step. You know what I mean? And you're in the red until you're not.
But you don't even have to do that. If you didn't like me, if we had beef and I was like, hey, Avery, man, how's it going? You could just be like, good. And that's it. You don't have to, like, mentally be like, you son of a bitch, you said this to me last time.
No.
You go there mentally, and I don't think that's good.
Maybe, but I also think that I think it's mental of them to talk to me, bitch, when I don't like you. Like, I hate when people, bitch, you know I don't like you. Why are you talking to me? Like, that's weird. That's weird to me. That's weird. But I feel you.
A lot of people feel that way, though. They hold, my friend Candace.
Yeah.
Well, I have two friends that hate each other.
Yeah.
But we all used to be, like, best friends.
Yeah.
And they'll never speak again over some trivial bullshit.
What is... Over... What do you mean?
They just got into it one day and they don't speak anymore. But it's trivial and it doesn't matter. It's like, if you had beef with somebody who was legitimately your friend, I feel like you should be okay. Even if they don't apologize. Like, if they don't think they did anything wrong, you should be able to move past that. And, like, those two they'll never speak again.
And see, I'm one of those people who just can't. I couldn't let it go. Like, especially because if you call yourself a friend, I feel like there should be a level of, like, respect or level of accountability that people should hold each other. If we're friends, why is it okay for you to blatantly be rude or you to be disrespectful or talk shit or do this or do that? Okay, you know.
I don't agree with it, but I'm just saying.
That's what I mean. But
there
you
are
think
people that are like that.
And you have to be okay with it, and that's the
I'm
part that's
saying
weird to me.
They haven't. I mean, these two in particular haven't talked in, like, years. At what point do you just say, like, that whatever happened doesn't matter anymore?
No one's
doesn't
learned.
matter.
No one's grown.
What happened 5 years ago does not.
It's just gonna happen
matter.
again.
You don't know
and yes.
You don't know that.
No one's taken anything out of a friendship. To me is, okay, something bad happens, okay, or you learn something about somebody, maybe this hurts somebody, or you know what I'm saying, and you're able to talk it out. You grow from it. It becomes a better friendship, and you move the fuck on. You know what I mean? You learn something you didn't know about that person, or oh my god, you realize your behavior is not, like, super amazing.
But I think there are some people that can't talk it out because, if we have a fight and I think I'm right, and you think you're right, you're not going to apologize to me, and I'm not going to apologize to you because we each think we're right.
Oh, trust me, I've been in this situation many times.
But at what point do we say, like, forget that, let's Forget about what happened, what we argued about. We're better friends than that.
Depends on what it's about.
I mean, obviously, if it's like
I can
life and death, if it's something really serious, but usually it's not. It's like, oh, we had a fight about something stupid that doesn't even matter in 2 weeks, let alone years from now.
Yeah. No, I feel what you're saying. I'm on the side of that. Those situations are just never going to be fixed, because if you don't take anything out of, I feel like if no one takes anything away from it, if no one takes anything away from the argument and we just argued.
We've argued before.
Yeah.
And didn't talk for a couple weeks, I guess.
Yeah.
And how did that come back together?
We talked about it.
But if you offended me, you never said you were sorry. And if I offended you, I never said I was sorry. We just decided we could still be friends. This disagreement did not separate us.
Okay.
But there was no apology. Were you pulling out the files in your damn head when we were fighting?
No. I can genuinely say those were easy. That's why I also say it depends what it's about. Mm-hmm. Okay? Because blatant disrespect is rude. If you're late all the time or something like that, something trivial, like, that's annoying, but bitch, I can plan around that. Mm-hmm. Okay? Or I can, you know what I mean? We can. The
only 2 people that have ever done anything to me where I was like, I don't want them in my life anymore would be Ted and Charlie Sheen.
Yeah.
But Charlie Sheen, I have forgiven, and she never apologized. Like, if I saw her out, I've seen her out places. Yeah. And it's been fine. Yeah. I don't call her. I miss her friendship, but I don't think. We've
understand
hung
that
out,
is not
though,
a quality
since
friendship. No, you understand the devil you're dealing with, and that's my that's my whole thing.
But it doesn't
somebody who can do fucked up shit and has no remorse. You should be able to recognize that. Mm-hmm. And realize that's something you should stay away from or not take seriously or whoop whoop whoop. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I feel like that's the file.
That's the file.
Knowing better. That's all I'm saying.
So it's not a revenge file.
No, I don't need to. No, it's not like that. Here's where we are, bitch. I know you. Like a famous line Candy and Nene said at the reunion. Okay, bitch.
Stop it.
We see each other. Okay, that's the whole thing.
So you shouldn't call it a revenge file.
Okay.
I think that's where this turned.
Okay. Yeah, it's not revenge. No, I don't No.
That's where this deviated a little.
No, okay.
We took the wrong fork in the road. It's
just
fine.
To clarify, I don't have folders in my brain to get revenge out on people.
I'm pretty sure we'll have to go back and listen to this. I'm positive that's what you said.
I have folders in my brain to remind myself of the place we left off. I do not forget.
You want to remind yourself of the horrible people.
Yes. Okay. So I can stay away from that
it's not revenge.
That's not. No, I never thought of it like that.
They're called memories.
Yeah.
That's not a revenge file. They're just memories.
And that's what I'm saying. So, bitch, I want to treat you according to my memories. I'm not going to say years later, oh, it's totally fine now. No, bitch, you're still that asshole because we never cleared this up. So all I know from that is that you're going to be an asshole, and that's why I'm not going to engage that until we clear it up. So when friends argue and fight, if nobody learns anything, all I have is you're going to be an asshole about this. If it's a big thing. If it's a small thing, just to surmise this. Mm-hmm. If it's a small thing, of course you can get over it because it's just it's one of those things. There are just some things you can get over. I mean, obviously, if something's annoying for me personally, if something is annoying about a person, I will do what I need to do to make sure I'm not annoyed. That's just what it is. So if I'm annoyed by some of your behavior or something like that, I can tweak it to make myself more comfortable and we can live on a happy friendship or whatever. Mm-hmm. But bitch, don't get mad at me if I warned you and I said, hey, don't do this shit and shit gets weird because, that is just, we make our own decisions, right? I can only control me. You feel me? Anyway, back to Housewives.
We digressed again.
So hard.
It's fine.
But okay, so Portia, the Bank of Shade, and that's how we
got to where we were. Yep, it's making sense.
I don't have a Bank of Shade. I don't have a bank of shame.
No.
I do not wait for shit like that. You know, no, bitch. I will handle it right then and there. Okay.
Is there? We need to Google if there's a bank of shade. Bank of Shade, Los Angeles,
if you're listening
California.
to this, make sure you tweet out hashtag Bank of Shade. Okay. So Portia doesn't want to get involved in Kim and Nini's fight, which I totally agree with because she's right. Historically, since the first season, they fight hard, they love hard, they get back together. So why would you want to get yourself in the middle, pick a side, and it could be messy. But Marlo's drunk as fuck and she's thirsty, so she wants her moment. And she's trying to start stuff with Portia, and she's talking about how, you know, Portia, the whole Portia and Candy lie, where basically Portia was in on a lie that said Candy Burris tried to drug and rape her and take her to her sex dungeon last year, and it got a housewife fired, and whoop whoop whoop. So that people, of course, keep bringing it up. Hi, NATO. We have another guest on the podcast. His name's NATO. Meow. You gonna meow? No? Go fuck yourself. Okay.
No, NATO.
He's okay. Marlo's shading her, talking about her doormat. She said your doormat is way too small for your house. And Portia starts crying because her mom gave her the doormat. And I just felt like that was really funny. And she quickly points out, well, Marlo, when you actually work for something, like, you know, you'll actually, you know what it feels like to get a house and things like that. Because she's got all that stuff, but she's, like, fucks men to get it. So, like, Marlo, like, can't really talk shit about, like, business women. It's kind of funny. But basically from this, it escalates and they almost get into a fight again because Marlo grabs the fan. And I do understand the point that she made. It was exactly like what Portia did to Kenya at the reunion. She beat her up because she was waving a scepter in her face. So, yeah, okay. Portia talks to Nene, and she's like, I'm sick of this shit. Everybody keeps bringing up the lie, and, you know, and they're like, well, they're kind of waiting for, like, a real apology for it. And so she ends up leaving Barcelona early. And that is Real Housewives of Atlanta. They can go fuck themselves. All right, so Real Housewives of Beverly Hills this week. Now, this is just like Atlanta, except very hoity-toity and uppity bitches. And we're talking about Camille Grammer's daughter, Mason. And you didn't see, but, like, she's very bland. And I get it because her dad's Kelsey Grammer. But she just seems so boring.
Her dad's Frasier.
Yeah,
Stop it.
I mean, and was Frasier good? Did you ever watch Frasier?
I watched it last night and I was like, this is horse crap.
It looked terrible.
I mean, there are a lot of, like, 90s TV shows that just, like, you can't watch them now. Yeah. They don't hold up. And that, to me, is one of them. But
Mad About You.
It was like, I haven't seen Mad About You in forever. I don't even think that one, like, reruns, does it?
I mean, Roseanne, I'm excited about.
Roseanne holds up.
You know, she's going to be a Trump supporter now. Like, on the show, they're going to be Trump supporters. I mean, not Darlene, obviously. You know, she's going to come in there with the
I can't wait for... Okay, when Roseanne comes out, can we reunite and talk about Roseanne on here?
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna need an outlet.
Oh, my God. Yeah, no.
I'm gonna need an outlet.
For sure. Yeah, Mason's personality just seems very boring. I'm sorry. So, they have an awkward bus ride because Dorit had got into it with Lisa Vanderpump and Kyle Richards. And basically, because we will be, like I said, Dora the Explorer, okay? So, yeah, Dorit basically told the entire group about Lisa's past and how she wasn't loved as a child and she didn't get enough hugs.
That's cold.
So Lisa is pissed that she said that, but Kyle's also pissed at Dorit for saying it too because she's friends with Lisa as well. So she defends Lisa and comes at Dorit while Lisa is sitting there watching. And then as they're all leaving the dinner to go home, and Dorit's like, I'm going to call a cab, Lisa was like, I'll go with you. After Kyle just sat here and defended her. So that's why she's upset. And then everybody's upset for the... You know, you get what I mean? It's like a triangle of pissed off, okay?
It's a triangle of pissed.
Yeah. So, Kyle and Rinna talk about... Oh, me and Dorit are very similar in the way that I mean, like, literally, you know, nothing else but this. But because we are such high energy people and we talk a lot, that when we're pissed and we shut up, it's very, very noticeable. And I can't help it. I really can't help it. Because in my brain, it's actually helping. But to everyone else, it's like, oh my God, he's like in such a bad... No, bitch, you don't understand what I could say. So I'm going to shut up. Yeah. So I don't make it awkward. But since people expect me to talk, that makes it awkward. So people are awkward, or you know what I mean? It does the opposite, but trust me, it could be so much worse. Is what I'm saying.
This is bad?
Yeah, exactly. Imagine if I was talking, and that's what I'm thinking in my brain. You know what I mean? Because I can't pretend to be nice. It's just very, very hard. I don't do like small talk chit chat if I'm pissed off at you. Like, that's just weird. That's so weird to me. It's just a foreign concept. But no, I'm not doing it. You know, because I feel like it's just playing like games. You know, like, bitch, we're mad. Like, you know it. I know it. No. All right. But I just love that because the silence is just so loud. You know?
It's true. That's why they say that.
Yeah.
Silence is loud. We're
definitely both those people. So Mason comes out and she walks exactly like a personality. Boring. It's true. Kyle and Lisa are going to talk about the Vanderpump friendship. And here's the thing. Lisa Vanderpump's friendship with Kyle is not a friendship. It's an alliance. Okay? It's always been that way. That's why when they only had each other to argue with, they did. And then when Lisa got mad at Brandi Glanville back in the day, she teamed back up with Kyle so that she could make sure they got her enemy off the show. And they have been a thick as thieves alliance ever since, that because they've been bombarded with new bitches, okay? They're the only two originals left, and that's why they're acting like this. And that's why they're... I never saw it as a friendship, you know? You feel what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
I think there's a lot of that in real life. I mean...
Really?
I think so. Maybe it's just a girl thing.
Yeah.
I've seen it, you know. I'm like, those two don't like each other.
That's, yeah.
But they act like they like each other because they're better off paired up than separated.
So Dorit talks to Lisa Vanderpump and explains to her, hey, you know, I'm sorry that I talked about you, but I would never want to hurt your feelings, but bitch, don't tell my business to everybody on camera. That pisses me off. Somebody told your business. How would you feel?
I'd be upset.
I mean, period. Lisa also lets slip, I'm actually friends with you because I'm friends with your husband and we're in the same circle in England. And that's why we're actually friends. And that's pretty sad.
Yeah.
But, I mean, at least she knows where she stands. I mean, she didn't say it in all those words, but pretty much, you know?
Yeah.
So it's Kyle's trunk show and... she's showing off her fashion or whatever the fuck. And Erica Jane is talking about like the looks that she's had. And ironically, they were all bad. The pink wig one, like a fucking pink wig geisha that makes no sense. I don't know. It was very weird. Bethany and Kyle. Bethany is from Real Housewives in New York. Okay? So they're in New York doing all this fashion shit. So she stopped by. And you don't understand. When her and Lisa Vanderpump went at it, that's like the battle of the Goliaths. Okay, like it's a pretty big deal. Okay,
yeah.
Because Bethany's known Kyle for years. She's known her faces ago. Okay, like literally, they showed a picture. It was faces ago. Okay,
that is horrible. She had a lot of work done.
Oh, both of them. Yeah,
really.
Both of them had so much work.
Good work or bad work?
Good. I would say good.
Good?
Yeah, they looked a little frumpy back then. You know, I mean, rich frumpy. Obviously, that's like hot in Beverly Hills. Bethany and Lisa Vanderpump go at it because Bethany is defending Kyle and she's like, yeah, I heard what happened. And Lisa's like, don't even start your shit, bitch. And Bethany's like, you know, why don't you just like apologize or whatever? And Lisa's like, well, I'm sorry if you felt. And Bethany just cuts her off right there. She's like, I'm sorry that you have a mental issue and you think that I did something. Like, totally breaking down what that really means. And that was just really fucking funny. Because that's so true.
Damn.
I apologize for how you felt. That just means, bitch, you were stupid. And I'm going to apologize because, like, your feelings are retarded. Just to make you feel better.
Yeah, it's a fake apology.
Lisa Rinna is happy that Kyle's fighting Lisa Vanderpump because she supports the beef because she hates Lisa Vanderpump. So she's really excited, honestly.
That's kind of funny.
You know Lisa Rinna, right?
Yeah, I know who that is.
What's your favorite acting role from Lisa Rinna?
I don't even know.
It's like she's been in everything, but you can't name anything.
Yeah, I've seen her in stuff, but it escapes me. I don't have an answer.
Mine.
What?
Veronica Mars as
Oh,
Mrs. Kane.
Veronica. You did like Veronica Mars.
Love Veronica Mars. Oh my God.
Wasn't you know who Jonathan Taylor Thomas is?
JTT.
Yeah, he was in that, right?
Yeah. Oh, fun fact: years ago, I mean, a couple of years ago, somebody literally put online, "What does JTT mean?"
Stop.
And I knew it. And I didn't know I knew it.
You didn't know you knew it?
I had no idea, but I knew it.
He was
instantly.
before your time too.
JT, but I was obsessed with him. I know, bitch. I mean,
you were obsessed with him. Is that what you said?
When I was a kid, yeah. I mean,
when you were a kid?
No. Not like that. What I'm saying is, when I was a kid watching Home Improvement, he was obviously like one of the better looking, like, and we were like closer in age. Obviously, he was older than me at the time. Okay, he still is.
So, he was older than me, so he was certainly older than you.
Okay, good, because I just don't want to sound like a pedo. But
no.
What I'm saying is, like, yeah, for like kid, he was like kid hot, like when you were a kid, you know?
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
He was my crush for sure. I was like, oh, JTT.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
He's precious.
He was, yeah. That's how you know I've always been gay. I can remember that. Like,
you had a crush on him?
Yeah, like
we had a crush on the same boy.
Yeah, oh my God, yeah, no. I'm sure we have plenty of those that match. Honestly, I've just never had a moment to discuss.
Who else?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, Leo DiCaprio in Titanic.
Yes.
That was I remember.
We like the same men, Avery.
I remember specifically. No, he's hideous now.
Oh, I love him now.
Oh, he's so gross.
No, he still looks good.
Do you? Oh
Jesus, take the wheel. He looks good.
Two things.
Okay.
First of all, you are gonna have to read your Al Gore, Leo DiCaprio story on here. On here.
I have to find it.
Yeah, you have to read some of your stories on here because they are too funny. Like, describe the premise of that a little bit.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna give you a fun fact about Leo.
It's a fictional story, obviously, of Vice President Al Gore and Leonardo DiCaprio, and they are besties. And Al's wife kicks him out of the house one evening, so he comes to Leo's house to stay with him for a few days. He makes him breakfast.
Oh my gosh.
Al wants to go to the zoo the next day.
It's gonna be great.
Do you remember that?
Yes.
They go to the zoo.
There was another one too, right? You wrote a bunch of them. Like,
probably.
That
was like my favorite one. Because
you had a bunch of funny
stories.
He was
just like, I want to go to the zoo, and Leo's like, son of a fucking bitch. Okay. So they go to the zoo. They go to the zoo, and it was like, Leo said his favorite animal was like the tiger, of course. And then Al is like, I love the rhinoceros. He was talking about it being like this chic and celebrated animal, and you're like, that is a hideous beast. What are you talking about?
Oh, God. And okay, did you know that there's reports that when Leo has girls give him blowjobs, he wears headphones and just.
Where did you even hear that?
This is all like TMZ and shit. Like, it's like on the internet.
TMZ, so it's gotta be true.
Yeah, it totally does. Like, they're pretty accurate, and honestly, like, I believe it. Like, he's just like, okay, suck me, and then like totally zones out to like, what do you think he listens to?
Like music? I bet he listens to jazz.
Smooth jazz.
No, not smooth, like the real jazz. Jagged jazz.
What does that even sound? Is that do-bop, shabop, bop? Is that when
well, we need to go to a jazz bar. That's on our list.
Said no one ever.
Said me. I say it all the time.
Oh my God. I don't want to get the blues.
Really?
Dorit and Kyle talk. They want to move forward. Teddy has a talk with Lisa once they get back in Beverly Hills, and she's like, look, Kyle just wants a fucking apology for defending you and you, like, you know, going off with Dorit. And so the ladies sit down and they finally hash this thing out, and Lisa gives this apology finally, begrudgingly. But it was actually really funny that when Teddy told her to apologize, because Lisa showed expression for the first time in so long. I've never seen her make this face, and it was just like, ugh. And she literally points out that she doesn't have Botox in. Yeah, Lisa apologized. That's really the big thing from the episode. I mean, whatever.
Did Lisa apologize?
Yeah, I mean, she doesn't do that.
Yeah.
It's very strange for her. But yeah, we go to her show, Vanderpump Rules, and okay, James and Lala's love dynamic. Basically, James was with her. They fucked. They were never together. But Lala only dates like rich men, and James is just a busboy at SUR at a restaurant. So like he had to get a girlfriend because you know she had a man, and like now the girlfriend's like, you guys are kind of too close. Like
yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of weird. But everyone wakes up from the night before. Stassi asks Lisa to be on her podcast, and I love Stassi's podcast, Straight Up with Stassi. You should listen to it. It's really good. She's my fave, and she's the greatest bitch that ever walked. And I haven't heard that podcast, but I bet it's good. I bet it. I know it's good. It's good. She wants her to talk about like how to get a man in 3 months. And okay, so Jax is working out, and this is like really great. But he's working in like high altitude in like Colorado.
Yeah.
He thinks he's like this big deal. He tries to swim out to this buoy and back and doesn't make it and gets saved.
Stop.
By a lifeguard, yeah. And everybody's laughing, and it is really funny because he's like, he's out there, so he's like, you can come help me. Like, he's like, if you want to, like, I will die, but like, if you want to come help me, like, I'd totally be okay with it. Like, it's,
oh my God.
Oh, Jax.
Thank God for lifeguards.
Oh my God. No, I'm certified, bitch, over here.
That's right.
Oh my God, no. Oh my God, it's the worst. I'm not going to recertify. It's the worst.
Really?
Oh my God. At the end of the swim test, I'm like a dead body float, bitch.
So basically, you would not save anyone. You'd be like, this is not worth it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't want to say I'm like the most negligent lifeguard possible, but...
Close to the most negligent.
Kidding, if I ever change my mind on lifeguard. Sheena's obsessed with her man. Everybody's talking about it because she's like, we love each other. We say we love each other every day. I'm super into him. He's great. He put the TV up in 7 minutes. Boop, boop, boop. And they're making fun of her like, yeah, oh my God, do you see the way he walks? Like, he walks like so much better. Like, you know, they're literally just... Yeah. I don't know where that came from. Okay, well, Thailand. The girls talk about... Because, well, the girls in Billy's a girl too. But she's trans girl. And they talk about vaginas and how to get their vagina. Like, she went to Thailand to get her vagina. Because she was talking to Lisa about... She's done her podcast before, so she was, like, giving her tips. And, yeah, I mean, she had to go through pictures and pick the best one. Or, like, you know, the best doctor to give her new vagina. And she said that she loves it. And have you seen a trans vagina before? I really haven't looked. I haven't seen.
I have not seen.
I wonder what it... I wonder. You think they're better than normal ones?
Probably.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's like manufactured.
That's what I'm saying. Like, each one... I don't know. It would definitely be interesting. I'm still not going to Google it. I just want it to be like...
It could be a trap. Probably don't.
Don't. So, turns out the Toms are going to Vegas for their whole business partnership with Lisa, and now everybody's trying to go. Now, they don't want them to party, but everybody's going, so it's kind of like, okay, are you guys really trying to be smart with this? Because now Jax wants to go. Ariana is being a total cunt because she is basically guilt-tripping her man into taking her because it was the most ridiculous conversation. He was like, she's like, yeah, I just wish that you were going, and I just wish you weren't going on your birthday, like, bitch, he's working.
Wow.
Like, he's like, well, can't I just do something when I get back? And she's, and she's like, well, I guess. Like she pulled the the shitty I guess like
I guess.
like girl, do you want him to be successful or not? I just feel like you don't know Ariana, but she's the worst human being alive. Mm-hmm. She's worse than Donald Trump, honestly. Honestly, she is.
It's big claims.
Stassi talks about Patrick, her douchebag boyfriend, and she was like, yeah, he was disappointed in me for my birthday. Like, that was the gift he gave. Like, type shit. I just thought it was funny how she worded it. Like, but she talked about, like, the breakup, makeup relationship. How do you feel about, like, a breakup, makeup? Like, how many breakups do you think until it's like, okay, never mind? 3?
I mean, I guess it depends on, like, the duration. How long are you with this person? You know, if, like, you're with them, like, 6 months and you've broken up 3 times, probably just don't get back together. It's not worth it.
It's, oh my god, the headache. I can't imagine. Okay, so they're all playing on the boats and stuff, and then basically James and Tom go off with Rob. And Rob spills the tea that Sheena is actually just super thirsty and trying to get him to say I love you too. Mm-hmm. And he's not. He's like, I have love for her, but like I don't love her. So he tells that to her friends.
Yeah, that's probably not good.
Well, in this whole episode, she looks crazy now. Like I mean, she always looked crazy a little bit, but now that it's confirmed that he doesn't love her, oh my god, everything she does, it's just so hard to watch. She's like, they wake up, and she's like, you're perfect, and he doesn't say anything, and then she's like, oh my god, you're so sexy, and he's just like, okay, let's go, dog. Like, like it was just it's so bad, like. I feel so embarrassed for her. Like, and he's putting her in this situation. Honestly,
that's awful.
I mean, he seemed very cold. Apparently he turned down the Princess of Brunei. This guy's a fucking asshole. Honestly, I really do think so. Like, he's like, it's easy for me to hurt people's feelings. Like, first of all, if you can say that sentence,
that's bad.
That's
not good. I mean,
he's a trash box. I really do feel like it.
He's a garbage can.
He really is.
He's a trash
a rubbish bin.
A rubbish bin. I like that one best of all. What a rubbish bin.
Like, this man, you just gotta be loyal, especially on camera. Don't be a dick. Like, especially if you don't feel that way. It's like, but I mean, she's doing it too by being so all over him, but at the same time,
she's making it worse.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
It's so bad. Arya, like I said, Ariana doesn't want him to go, but eventually she convinces him to let her come too. Mm-hmm. Jax is coming, and Katie's everybody's just gonna go. Raquel calls out Lala and says, "Hey, your situation with James is very weird. You guys seem very close, and it makes me uncomfortable." Mm-hmm. And Lala assures her, "Hey, boo, I'm not gonna fuck your man."
Shit.
Which is very nice to say.
That's really thoughtful.
Lisa does Stassi's podcast, and they start out with, like, asking her, like, what celebrity she would want to bang, and you have one, right?
Yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh yeah,
Durr, we went over that. I probably have another one. I have to think about it.
Carrot Top?
Probably not him, no.
I totally ruined Charlie St. Cloud for you. Oh my god. Seriously, we were watching Charlie St. Cloud.
Which, I don't even know why we went. Except Zac Efron was in the movie, I guess.
Yeah.
And what did you, were you drinking?
No, there was a part of
just the whole movie was just...
It was terrible. First of all, I literally only wanted to watch it for that one scene where he's like, every day I wake up and I play catch with my dead brother. Which was in the preview. It's so weird, right?
And Avery screamed out in the middle of the movie, "This is about as realistic as a bug's life." And we died.
Because
we laughed and laughed and laughed.
No, we were talking about the fact that this bitch got saved and let some random stranger fix her up and do like mouth to mouth or whatever. Mm-hmm. And turns out at the end she died. Spoiler alert. But anyway, he saved her or whatever, did all this stuff. And I'm like, there's no way she would have let him do that if it wasn't Zac Efron, if he wasn't hot. Okay, like imagine all this happening, but Carrot Top saved you. Like, and then the whole movie, we were just imagining Carrot Top, and we were literally just dying.
It turned into a comedy real quick. Yeah. Who went with us? Jennifer went with us, didn't she?
My buddy Rick. I
thought JK went too.
Jennifer Kinney?
Yeah.
We've never hung out with her.
I thought she went with us.
I mean, I think we saw her there, but I've never.
We saw her there. We were like, "Hey, Carrot Top's in the movie."
No, I
think she went with us.
I don't think we've ever hung out with her. No.
I think she went to see Inception with us too.
Oh my God, you're right.
One of the 3 times we went to see it, you were.
I drank a lot in high school.
I asked if you were drinking. While we were
I don't
watching
know.
that movie.
I probably was drunk. I mean,
imagine Carrot Top.
That's literally when I would go to Cody Goer's house and I would like take 6 shots before to go to the mall, like literally for nothing.
Yeah, I went to Olive Garden and you were basically shit faced at Olive Garden.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And Logan told the waiter that you guys were in the Big Brother program. He was your Big Brother. Because you were acting crazy.
He's a dipshit.
Oh, it was funny though.
I'm sure.
It was. You're like, I have to pee, and you got up and left. And that's what he told the waiter.
I'm really good drunkard. No, I don't drink as much anymore in public.
Now that he's of age.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my
right?
God.
Yeah, it's not as fun anymore.
Yeah, it's not as fun now that it's legal. It's not as
James says he bets Lala and him would have been together if he wasn't like a poor busboy, and I agree with him. If you were rich, he totally would have like stayed with you.
Yeah.
And like I said, Sheena looks so crazy now, but Sheena talks to Kristen, and Kristen's like, "Look, Jax talked to Rob. Now Jax sat us all down and told us that Rob doesn't love you."
Which is awful.
Jax is a piece of shit. You don't know this, but if you ever like get to watching the show, horrible.
If he had this realization that he does not love her, or he's not in love with her, why? Like, just tell her.
Yeah.
Hey, this isn't gonna work out. I'm not in love with you.
Oh yeah, she vehemently. How do you say it? vehemently.
He's not drunk.
he vehemently denied.
We're gonna go with it. You nailed it. Let's go. Now that you said it 3 different ways, I'm really not sure how to say it.
He vehemently denies. That's totally it. I'm gonna edit it to where I say it once. He vehemently denies.
That's great.
Deny. She vehemently.
This is like
denies.
This is you like. Like hooked on phonics.
He vehemently. She.
It's like how some people can't say scissors.
Scissors.
You're like scissors.
Scissors. I love scissors. But,
oh, sweet Jesus.
But yes, she denies it.
Oh man.
Sorry. Okay.
That's hilarious.
She denies it, and she's like, "No, he loves me. He says he loves me every day." Woo, woo, woo. And it's just already on film. Like, no, he doesn't. It's so true. I feel so bad.
I wonder if he had said something to make her believe that, or if she's just like,
"Oh, I'm sure."
It's like,
I'm sure. She's like, he doesn't say it to me like that, but he does. He says it in the way things that he does for me every day, and I'm like, that's not the same, is it?
I mean, usually people show you how they feel about you,
yeah,
but I think
that's
she's
true. You're right.
Misreading
you're right.
it if he's said that he doesn't, you know.
Yeah, Sheena says it's bullshit, and they're broken up now. We already know this, but because present day,
yeah,
but. Like, I'm excited to see how that whole thing
happens.
happens.
Falls
because
apart.
she's gonna, hopefully he comes on the reunion and fucking explains himself. I don't know.
You already said he was a trash fire. He doesn't have anything.
Yeah, I guess
he doesn't have anything good to say.
Well, hopefully next week, we'll figure some shit out or what have you. But No, I think we've covered like some really interesting topics today. No, Amanda, thank you for coming on this week. I really appreciate it.
Well, thanks for inviting me.
No, absolutely.
It was fun.
Absolutely. Like I said, 5th time's a charm. Like, girl, we got this. Like,
we for sure got this. Everything you needed, you got.
No, yes. Thank you for listening to everybody who listened. Also, I just want to make sure you can follow me on Twitter at AmazingAve, no G. Do you care about Twitter or anything?
No, I don't tweet.
Okay. And yeah, so go fuck yourself, suck a dick.
Bye. Bye.